Hi everyone, I'm excited to introduce you to the next sessions. First I'm going to introduce my company and then move on to the rest of the presentations. So I manage our medical device division at Barrington James. I've been recruiting in medical devices for the last 7 years. I was actually, despite the accent, which does throw everyone off, I am based in New York. And before New York, I was based in one of our other offices, which is Singapore. So across the 7 years I've been with the company and doing this, I've been in our Asia office, now our North America office. So what is our medical device division and who are we? So Barrington James are a global life science full-service recruitment partner. We have offices Japan, Singapore, across the UK and across Europe. We've been around for 24 years, and essentially we're broken down into like 4 main business units within the company. Pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, sort of vendor, CRO, CDMO, and then medical devices, which is what I manage. Over the last 24 years, we've made over 20,000 placements. This is a mixture of startups, mid-size. Also, we work with a lot of investors and their portfolio companies in supporting across the full function from conception to commercialization. So how we break down and what makes us a little bit different is we have an inch-wide, mile-deep philosophy. So each of the consultants that are in my team, and myself included, have not only a functional area of expertise that they focus on, but also a therapeutic area, which in medical devices specifically is really, really important. KOLs, market knowledge, it really makes them an expert in their market to be able to ask technical questions, have a deep understanding of the technology and the devices itself, and also portray that to the candidates and to their network when they are representing your company as well in sourcing new talent. So we cover the bulk of the therapeutic areas. My personal focus has been neuromusculoskeletal over the last 7 years, and my team cover cardiology, urology, general surgery, vascular, sort of everything on this board, but the real sort of biggest areas for us are neuro, musculoskeletal, cardiology, vascular, diagnostic imaging. So we try and avoid being sort of someone just sitting behind a computer screen or behind a phone call. What we do differently is, I like to call it professional stalking. It's not as bad as like stalking that would get me arrested, but we don't give up in terms of finding the talent that is passive and is hidden. So we go beyond LinkedIn, we go beyond sitting behind a computer screen. We have a lot of tech that my CFO tells me is very expensive to gain the phone numbers for people, and we cold call, we headhunt, and we find the people that don't want to be found. So passive talent is really, really important because companies that are hiring, you're not going to find these people yourself. They talk to us and talk to me because of the relationships that I have in the network to actually answer the phone, to give me the time of day, because they're not looking. So they're not going to come to you directly. 80% of our talent that we've placed in the last sort of 20 years has been passive. Yes, there are applicants. Yes, we do get some inbound, but the bulk of what we do is passive and sort of true headhunting. We're discreet, we're thorough, we're confidential, and we take what you tell us and really go with that. There's no guesswork involved. We listen. Seems like a really simple thing, but we listen. One of the other things we do, again, going beyond a computer screen or a phone, we are everywhere. We do a number of conferences, this included. This is my 3rd LSI, and we go to conferences across everything from pharma and biotech. James, who is our managing director, is actually flying to a conference in California tomorrow. And we do a lot of the Medtech conferences, AdvaMed, LSI. I do a lot of the author ones, AAOS, and they were back-to-back for LSI in March, which was tough. So thought I'd share a couple of key market trends from this year. Little bit of an elephant in the room. We know obviously the administration has changed, and there has been a lot of differences that have affected not just medical devices, but life sciences as a whole because of that. So tariffs is a really big thing that's been talked about a lot, and I know it's still changing now, but it's making differences for obviously companies that have already set their pricing. From what I hear, hospitals are telling they won't absorb it, so the company is having to. But it gives sort of more room to grow for companies that haven't yet commercialized and set pricing. Same thing, FDA, there's a lot of uncertainty with timelines changing because of the cuts. Likewise, stock market uncertainty, there's a lot of sort of contingency planning from a lot of companies that I talk to for if things go wrong, how much cash runway do they have, etc. And return to office. There's been a lot of return to office, and sort of remote work is not for everyone anymore, which has caused some changes. And work-life balance versus grit, which is something I talked about a lot in my last presentation, something that is harder with the newer generation, especially in sales, for grit and old school working your way to the top. I have run out of time, which I do every single time, so I will stop there. I'll be around at the end if anyone wants to talk or have any questions, and I'm here the rest of the week as well.